Happy Sensory Awareness Month. We've all had intense sensory experiences, and many of us will be able to think immediately of something that has happened to us that was just really full on. But the rest of the time we don't really think about sensory processing, about how we feel or what we're feeling. I'm Virginia Spielman. I'm the Executive Director of STAR Institute for Sensory Processing, and we're just unpacking the importance of sensory processing for health and wellness this month. Can you think of a time when you did have an intense sensory experience? Can you remember the last time you were in an elevator maybe, and just as there was that little shudder, or the elevator stopped and everybody looks at each other and you just have that moment of connection because your brain is like not sure what direction you're going in? Or what about the time, we can all remember when a mosquito has landed on our arm? You can go right there. You can imagine what that feels like, because it's an intense experience, even though a very slight stimuli is being applied. Your body says, quick, protect yourself, deal with this problem. There are other things that are sensory, like when your arm goes past the point of pins and needles and you can't feel your arm anymore. You have to touch it, you have to look at it to just really be aware of your hand and your arm again. Our senses help us know where our body is in space, help us know how we're moving through space, what's touching our body, whether we're safe or not. So much important information. They also have to work together to help us learn new tasks in the environment. So when we're learning to drive, we have to tune in more to our senses to be successful at that. And so we tend to do things like talk out loud to learn the difficult task of driving, because it's very demanding until it becomes familiar. And then it's a motor plan that we know and we don't even think about very much. There's also situations where we're confused by our environments. And so what happens then is that our senses can't really be our helpers. So for example, going into a nice restaurant and they have really posh new restrooms, and having no idea how to turn the faucet on, the tap on, and get the water running can be, you can feel confounded. This should be something very simple, and I don't know how to do it because I don't have that information from having interacted with an environment like this before. That's all sensory processing, sensory motor abilities, and it underlies so much of human development, human function and participation. In order to feel that kind of sense of self-control, that sense of self, that ability to engage in frustrating activities and goal-oriented tasks, we really need to have good sensory processing abilities. So it is this fundamental area of human function, and it is something that's really worth being aware of. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel grounded, at peace, calm, and available for relationships? Probably it's very sensory in nature, and we challenge you to explore it this month.